Bring up the satellite feed. Zoom in on the UK. Enhance. Center in on London. Enhance. Zoom in on the wiggly bit of the river. Enhance. Further. Enhance. Enhance that white car. What's that on the wing mirror? Enhance. It's a screw. Is that a reflection on the screw? Enhance. Oh my god, that's the murderer. Looks like you've just been screwed. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this spy-style satellite zoom-in animation. Silly jokes are of course optional. So first of all, let's go and create a GeoLayers comp using some satellite imagery. I recommend using Bing. There we go, and let's sort of center that on a global view. Now, in case you couldn't tell from the accent, I live in the UK, so that's where I'm going to be zooming in on, but you can do wherever you like. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to make a second composition, use the same imagery style, and we're going to zoom this right in on wherever in the globe it is that you're zooming in on. Now, let's just drop down the opacity on this. And it's what you want to do is you want to find sort of like an anchor point. So the tip of Cornwall there makes a good anchor point. So let's just press Y, move the anchor point right down to the tip there. And then you want to basically be lining this up with the actual satellite view. There you go. Hit S to bring up scale and bring that down so that it lines up. There you go. Now I'm just going to add a stroke layer style to this quickly. I'm going to get rid of this later, but this basically just allows me to sort of see the outline of that secondary comp. Now is what we're going to do is we're going to grab the pen tool and we're going to just create some lines and line these up with the comp. Make sure to click off each line when you create the next one so that it appears as a new shape layer, and that you press Shift when drawing it on so that it appears straight. And then you can just move it down, line it up. Then we're going to move further down on the timeline. We're going to hit P on all of them to create a position keyframe. And then we're just going to move them off screen. Now let's highlight all those keyframes and just add a simple ease in. And then it's also nice just to stagger them, I think, so that they appear slightly off time. We're now going to take these and we're going to parent them to the second comp that we've created. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use the square bracket key to basically shift that composition along in line with the end of where the lines have come in. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to press P and then S so we can create a position and scale keyframes. And then we're just going to move about half a second along and do Control Alt F. And what that's going to do is that's going to scale it up so that it fits the composition. Turn the opacity back to 100%. It's only red because of the layer style, we'll get rid of that later. We're then going to add an effect called Mosaic. Mosaic basically pixelates the image. So we're going to, for horizontal blocks, create about 50 and vertical blocks 50 again. Turn those into keyframes. There's our keyframes, and then we're going to move a couple of seconds along. And then what we're going to do is we're basically going to set the new values to that of the aspect ratio. So this is just standard HD, so it's going to be 1080 by 1920. So for horizontal blocks, we're going to do 1920, and vertical blocks will be 1080. There we go. Oh, and let's just turn the opacity up to 100. We'll then finalize that. We're now basically just going to repeat this process until you've achieved the zoom level that you're after. So let's go in here, create a new comp, use Bing again. There we go. And let's zoom right in on London. So we've got this squiggly bit of the river in the center. So let's just take the opacity down, T, 50%. Okay, and let's just line that up with the UK underneath. So if I just turn that off. So we've got that kind of crook in the river there. So let's just line those over. Y to move the anchor point. And then scale it right the way down. So there we go, that broadly lines up again. And then we're just going to add another layer style just so that's visible. Then is what we're going to do is we're going to take these lines that we used earlier, we're going to duplicate them, we're going to move them up like that. We're then going to unlink them from that other comp. So move them along, move them up. Okay, we're going to move into the end of where the previous composition became unpixelated. So let's move that along there. And we then need to go down to the end and we need to basically reposition these lines so that they fit to the edge of the new composition. And make sure you're landing on the keyframes when you do this, so you're altering the final position. So that should come in. There we go, perfect. And again, we need to select this, do that, position, scale, Control Alt F, and then we can basically just copy the mosaic effect from the previous layer. So if you come down, grab the keyframes here, paste, and there we go. Oh, and turn the opacity back up. Okay, so we've now got the mosaic effect. Let's go just before we scale up, and then we also need to just reparent those duplicated lines to the new layer. Let's see how that goes. There we go. That one needs to be moved just off frame because it's sitting just on frame. There we go. Now you're just going to keep repeating that until you've achieved the desired zoom level you're after, but there's just a few little things which I'm just going to do now just to tidy this up. So first of all, we need to get rid of that layer style we added earlier from all compositions. And then we're also just going to add a black and white effect to the map to give it that kind of spy looking thing. I'm just going to copy that, copy, paste, and paste. Now I've got this premium plugin called Deep Glow. I think it makes everything look really nice. So I'm just going to add that to the layer. I'm going to take the exposure down to about 0.4. Let's make it 0.2. There we go. I'm just going to copy that across. There's an affiliate link for this down in the description if you are interested. So yeah, there we go. That is the final animation. If you've got any questions, just pop them down in the comments. And if you want to talk to me about any possible map animations, then there's a Google form in the description. Thanks.